Hi, hello everyone, back again. It is Sunday today. I have a competition coming up in 2 weeks time. Yeah, 2 weeks time, second weekend of May, end of April at the moment, or near the end of April. It is a lovely day today. It is very warm. I probably shouldn't be in a jumper, but I'll take it off when I get too hot. I'm going to set my target up at 50 meters because that's what I'm going to be shooting at this competition. It's a WA 720, I think it's a double WA 720 round. It's in Cambridge. I'll put a photo up of the competition sheet. But yeah, we're just going to do some practice rounds, shoot a couple of arrows. I did just get my string changed, a nice new one on there. My old one was about to blow up in my face. My old one is a bit frayed around the peep, and not really what you want, because if that goes off when you're at full draw, it's going to hurt. So I've got a nice new string now, nice and smooth, peeps all put in. Thank you very much Clickers Archery for helping me out with that. And yeah, let's get a couple of ends in. I need my target out. I've got my bow ready, but my target's not actually out there yet, so I'll go do that and then we'll do some shooting. Nice new hat, thank you Clickers. Okay, we're going to score a 720 round, 50 meters. Let's see how this works. New strings. I don't know if that's really going to change anything, but there's always a possibility. And I've also just put a new clarifying lens in, so I don't know if it's going to be blurry or not, but we'll go for it. That was low in the 8. So I got this new clarifying lens in, and currently the sight down there isn't super clear. It's a little bit blurry. Whee. That's a 10. And that was a 7. We'll go down there. I'll have a look. I'm going to try and put a graphic on the screen as well as I do it on the app, and then hopefully you guys can keep along with that. So not very good for a first end. Got 999, 877. Not very good, but also I have just changed a fair bit around on my setup, so I'm kind of hoping that that's what it is. But yeah, we're going to continue anyway, scoring it, and we'll see how it goes. Yo. That was a good one. To end it off on a good one. Wish the rest could have been there. Okay, so that ends a bit better. I've got some weird angles on these arrows. I'm not really sure why. Got X, 9, 9, 9, 8, and a 6. Annoyingly, but it's still better than the last end. It got 4 in the yellow now, so that's good. I've now separated this one. I'm really hoping it's not dodgy arrow, and that's why this one's going off a lot. This is the one that went in the 6. I don't know if this is one of the ones that was in the 7 before. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to leave my camera down there next end. Film them hitting the target. Broke off right in the middle, but that's gone way left. This is the problem with the wind. I'm really hoping that this competition that I'm going to in 2 weeks time has got trees all around, but I should be well practiced for the wind, that's for sure. That broke off way too early, and that's also gone in the exact same spot. It's in the 10. I hope it's in the 10. The wind definitely got that. Missed. That's a bad end. It's a very bad end. That was a really poor end. I've only just got that one touching the 9 line. Barely outstretched. These three are nicely grouped. These three are touching. That one was massively caught by the wick. That's a miss. These two are just bad. I do think it gets quite high like this wind, but yeah, I'm going to set my camera up here now so this next end you guys will be able to see from down here. We've got 2 in there, 1 in the 10, 1 in the 9. Hopefully we'll do better now. I really have no idea what is going on. I'd like to be able to blame it on the fact that it's new strings and that they're settling in. I don't really think I can get away with that. Anyway. That was a 6. It really isn't going well. Another bad end. I got 1 yellow. Right, so that was another bad end. I've got 1 9, 4 8s, and a 6. So not very good. At least we got 4 in the 8. At least they're not really hopping into the 7s, but that one did obviously go off into the 6. But yeah, another end that's not very good, not very happy with, but was definitely shooting a lot better than this just before I got my string changed. Obviously that string I'd had for over a year, so that was well set into the bow. Yeah, I need to do a lot more shooting and get this string set in before this competition, otherwise I'm going to be shooting like this. So yeah, I'll continue shooting this end, this score end for the rounds, and then I'll probably cut the video and I'll just keep shooting just to wear that string in. But yeah, right, next end. Right, I think this is end 5, I think. Might be wrong, but here we go. The sun is really coming out now. Oh, it's just in. Not really sure what's happened here. That arrow's really janked out, but there's 2 that are pretty much touching there. The 2 at the top are touching as well, but none of them are in the 9. All but 1 are in the 8, which is very frustrating because that's really going to drop the score down now. But it is what it is. End 7. It's going to be a fun angle. Shoot right past the phone. Hopefully I won't hit it. Shows a bit of wind, not shooting consistently, changing things over. So it's why I need practice before you go off into competitions. Oh, that was a 10. 10. What's that? I think I'm in the blue. See, this is exactly why, if you're kind of hoping to go into competitions and shoot like this, obviously you need to shoot a lot more than I am. I haven't been for a while. We were just away just over a week in Northern Ireland. We just got back from that, and didn't really get to shoot before that because I didn't want my string exploding in my face because my string was bad. So yeah, I haven't shot for a while. I'm starting to feel it now, which is obviously bad because I'm going to be doing, in 2 weeks time, I'm going to be doing double the amount that I'm shooting now. So I need to obviously practice a lot more, but not as bad as I thought. I've got a 10, I've got 2 9s, and then I got 3 7s, so not amazing, but still better than my last round where I got no 9s, so I'm getting a little bit better, which is weird because I'm getting more tired, but I'm not going to complain. Anyway, let's score it. Right, 5 more ends. I've changed up the camera angle. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm sure you can. And there's no other noise. I'm also hoping now that the weather's getting nicer that I'll come out here and do a lot more shooting, make some more videos. I've got some ideas of different types of videos that I'd like to do, but it's all just dependent on time. I'm quite busy at the moment, so it's not the best for me, but I'm going to try and make a lot more because I do want to create a lot more content for this. And obviously still like the tree surgery videos. I've got a few of them that are in my drafts at the moment that just need a little bit more editing done to them, and then I'll upload them. So yeah, but everyone who follows along and watches these videos, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoy all the content that I will continue to make going ahead. Anyway, this is a much better end, X1010 9 and then a 7 6, so they're pretty crap. Not happy with them. But that score is really good. If I could get this in here as well, that'd be really ideal. But yeah, much better end. So let's get this one scored, and then we've got 4 more left. 4 more ends to go. Let's go for it. Oh, that was in the 10. That was also at the 10. Ooh. Okay, so not what I thought. That first one was an X. The second one that I thought was in there, I'm assuming was this. These all looked a lot higher. They weren't. I'm not too sure why. But again, we always have one of these. But I tested my arrows, and the ones I thought it would have been, and it wasn't them. So it's definitely just me getting tired. And then obviously the wind comes across here, and because it's just so open where I am. So yeah, there's no coverage at all, but it's all right. It's fine. At least I get to shoot here, so it's grand. But yeah, not a good end. I'm annoyed because I thought I was starting to get better, and then I've gone down. But the problem is I'm starting to get tired now, and I can feel it in my shoulder. But like I say, if you don't shoot constantly and you suddenly come back to shooting a lot, when you're trying to shoot well, you're gonna feel it. So this is the problem. So I do need to just keep coming out more and more. I'm hoping to get out a bit this week. The first 3 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm working later, so it's going to start getting dark by the time I finish. So I don't really want to be coming out then, because there's no point. I'm not going to be able to see what I'm shooting. But hopefully Thursday, Friday I can get out and do a bit of shooting, and hopefully the following week, because I'm going to need to practice a fair bit more before I go off and do this competition. Obviously, because otherwise I'm going to shoot like that, and that's not going to be very good. But anyway, let's get a score on these. 3 more ends, and then we'll see the score. Well, then I'll see the score. You guys are going to have it on the screen, so you're going to already know what the score is. I did have a look, but I've forgotten what it was. It wasn't good. Right, let's go. Wait. I got 3 in the red, hugging that yellow. I think I'm gonna do bad at this competition if I don't step it up a lot. I think that was in the X. Wait, that's in the 10. I'll probably get down there to be in 6. No, my luck. If I don't manage to get out here a couple more times at least before my competition in 2 weeks time, I do not think I'm going to do too well. But this is the thing, there's no point training until you're perfect to go off into the competitions, because then you'd never practice in competition settings. You kind of need to go off and practice and also get into competitions. That is barely even in the target. So I did get an X. That was where I thought. That last one, I think that was the one that I thought went in. Clearly it didn't. It looked like it did from the vein, but that's like barely in there. Alright, so we've got X9, 888, 7. So getting there slowly. Not anything to brag about, but this is the thing, I'm not claiming to be any kind of professional at all. This is just me getting back into archery and my little journey, and you guys are following along, and hopefully in a while I'll be back at it again and I'll be good. But for now, these are the kind of scores we're getting. So yeah, we've got 2 more ends and then we'll see what the score is. Right, 2 ends. I'm hoping for 10s, but I know that's not going to happen, especially not the way I've been shooting so far. That's an X. Or it's in the 6 and the veins dipping down into the X. Wait. I don't want to be holding it for too long, because I'm definitely going to shoot bad. But that's not the correct thing to do, because then I'm going to be compromising form and just firing, as opposed to actually aiming well, following through my shot well. But I think we've only got 1 out. Might be 2. Definitely not grouped well, but that definitely is in the X. Okay, alright. This is much better. So they're all in bar 1. This one's on the line, let's split that. That's nicked it. So I've got X, 9, 9, 9, 9, and an 8. So I've only got 1 out on that end, which is nice. It's a shame it's like second from last end, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to complain, it's in, so I'm happy. Right, final end, let's go. Right, final end, and then we will see the scores. X. Whoop. That's a 6. And I felt my arm pulling off to the right, and instead of just holding it or letting down, I fired through it. It is what it is. Right, let's go score final end and see how we did. We are only just in. Look at this guy, but still 10, 9, 8, 8, 7 and 6. So not super amazing. Got a total score of 585. Annoyingly, so out of the 72 shots that I'd taken, 1 of them missed. Ideally I shouldn't really be missing a shot, but that one was nearer the start, and that was all to do with the wind anyway, so I'm not going to kick myself about that. 11 of those 72 shots were in the gold. 5 of those were X's. Ideally I would really hope for a lot more golds and a lot more X's, but like this is the thing. Not shot in a while, windy. I'm not kicking myself about it because I've got time to practice obviously before this competition, and I'm really hoping that before that I can at least get, I don't know, in the 620s, 650s kind of score. I'm gonna have to put a lot more time into training. But I've only got 2 days next week that I can shoot, and that's the following weekend is the actual competition, so I've not really got that long, but I am going to film at the competition, so hopefully we can get some really good shots, even if I don't do well at the competition, which I'm not really expecting to do anyway, because it's a world record status competition, so there's going to be a lot of other shooters there who are very good. So I know I'm going to do bad technically, but it's alright. It's good fun getting out there, competing with other people, and yeah, even if I don't do too well, at least I'll get some good footage of me shooting, so hopefully that'll be nice. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much for joining me out here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.